What is Fair by Anne Shirley Cuthbert.
Billy likes to say that we educate men and women through college to be precisely equal. But then the men go off to do interesting things.
I've always known I would marry Rich. Why should I be ashamed of that?
There's nothing to be ashamed of, as long as you love him.
Well, I believe we have some power over who we love. It isn't something that just happens to a person.
I think the poets might disagree.
If you just allowed me to work with him.
A woman could never have the authority to represent an enterprise such as ours. I'm sorry, sweetheart.
Well, I'm not a poet. I'm just a woman.
Do you know what I had to do to get my commission funded? I had to let more than a dozen congressmen put a hand on my arm, my hip, my backside. More than a dozen demanded to see my pretty smile before they agreed to sign on. I had to say, you'd be our hero, and you have so much clout, more times than I can remember. And that is nothing compared to what those secretaries on the Hill are dealing with on a daily basis.
But don't you think those kind of women are really just inviting it?
I mean, she sent out the photo. Why doesn't she go to the police?
You don't get it, do you? Such a man.
I'm sorry?
Well, virtuous women are rarely accosted by unwelcome sexual propositions.
Stop it.
You're pretty everything.
No. Stop.
It's your sister. Please stop.
And if I had my own money, which I don't, that money would belong to my husband the moment we got married. And if we had children, they would be his, not mine. They would be his property. So don't sit there and tell me that marriage isn't an economic proposition, because it is. It may not be for you, but it most certainly is for me.
Kirby.
Girls are so useless. Guess you should have stayed home in the kitchen, eh?
It doesn't matter what you think.
About anything?
If the girl doesn't want to go to school, then she shouldn't go.
I am receiving less education.
She should stay home and learn proper housekeeping until she marries. And then the Lord God said, "It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him a helper fit for him." Every young woman should learn how to be a good wife.
So now you have an opinion on equality.
It's the same opinion I probably would have had yesterday, had you bothered to ask.
Interesting, because at the fair I could have sworn I saw you negotiating for an attractive new parcel of land. I mean, wife.
A single, childless woman nearing 40, but she is the sort of miserable and pathetic woman they aspire to be. She wants some kind of constitutional cure for her personal problems. And perhaps that is why the liberationists are trying to sow these seeds of discontent among we happily married women. They want us to join them in some new sisterhood of frustrated togetherness, because none of them can find a man who wants to marry them.
It doesn't make sense that girls aren't allowed to do farm work when girls can do anything a boy can do, and more. Do you consider yourself to be delicate and incapable? Because I certainly don't.
What have you learned from her?
So many things she's taught us.
Has she taught you how to lobby legislators?
Of course.
How to create a budget and balance it?
Yes.
Congratulations, you're working, girls.
But it's strange. Makes me feel like the world is movable.
No matter where life takes me, I now know I must be a relentless thorn in the side of those who refuse to amend the status quo.
Of course you must. Do you know more about the contents of Ruby's mind than she does? I barely know one thing.
I certainly know more than that.
Let me tell you something about those kind of women, Phyllis. They could be me. They could be you. They're just trying to get a fair shake. They want to go to work, get paid, go home. They're not asking to be harassed, manhandled, degraded, assaulted.
I didn't get anywhere in my life waiting on somebody's permission. If you can't support me, get out of my way.
I just wish you'd said she's not outspoken. She's the normal amount outspoken. She speaks about as much as any man.
But I do believe we must help the women who are lesbians to be protected in their own civil rights.
Just name this one case.
The point is, if everything must be equal, then the logical extension of the ERA is that we would have a gender-neutral society.
You have scared the women of America into believing something that is not based in reality. But when you argue an actual point in the real world in a court of law, you need to cite a case to support your argument, so cite the case.
Well, I think it was Foley versus Langham or Lancaster, something like that.
Oh, he's a poet. He's a socialist. Come on. Don't be ridiculous. You were up there belting out a Marxist song. No. It's patriotic. Exactly.
You want to get ahead climbing on the shoulders of men, Phyllis? Fine. Just know they're looking right up your skirt. No, there is no such case.
Oh, yes, there is. But you see...
Did you just make up the
I'm not a
case?
lawyer, no. I'm the wife of a lawyer, and I really do think that's more fun.
Well, listen, I doubt we're going to get to agree on this at all.
There is
so
no
we should just
denying on
move
fact.
on.
The fact is, there is no Foley versus Langham case. Also, a fact is that you are not really a housewife. You are a full-time lobbyist working to defeat the ERA so that businessmen can continue to make millions of dollars discriminating against women when they work, when they buy insurance, and when they give birth.
New understanding, a new sisterhood against all justices for right. We will not be divided and defeated again. All those in favor of this resolution stand.
I'm sorry. I will help you. Whatever you need. Women are not made whole by men. Women are made whole the moment they enter this world.
How I love being a woman. What's fair? My piece is literally and precisely called What is Fair?